Let's get salty!
Everybody, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video. And just yesterday, if you head over to the mode section and check out the Tavern Brawl, the Dual Class Tavern Brawl went live. And it didn't say in the patch notes, but you get a free entry and you get to build a deck with any two classes of your choice in Standard and fight against other people, and you can get up to, like, I believe 4 packs cards, a lot of good stuff. And I want to recommend, I got asked a lot today and I played it on stream today, it was really fun, what decks are best to play, or at least seem the best so far, as I had 6 wins with a lot, so we'll recommend a bunch. Some are a bit more free to play friendly than others, and yeah, you can keep re-entering for 300 gold to get more packs and rewards if you want, but make sure to use that free entry because, well, why not? You get packs, it's a good deal. Anyways, if you enjoy the content on the channel, feel like I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like as it helps the channel out a lot. The first deck we're recommending, and arguably I think the best one out there, even the early stats show that, is gaQgwfBlwfHrgcAAA, Warlock, and Warrior. It is pretty gross when you have cards like Siphoning Growth to destroy your egg, gain 1,000,000 armor, shield slam. You have the good stuff like For Glory, as well as Unleash the Crocodilus. All the armor gain, board clears with Brawl, kill your egg a bunch, get the death rattle back with Archdruid of Thorns, you can Umbra, and most decks just cannot deal with the 2020s. Although I did beat one with a Grifta where I stole their egg, and yes, X can beat this, but overall it's doing super well. And yeah, it doesn't require that many expensive cards, I don't think, so maybe it's one that's worth giving a shot. And it's always fun to make some eggs, you know, make some eggs, hatch them, and get some 2020s with Taunt. Turns out, if you put Shadow Step and Prep in other classes, it's pretty broken, and one of the best decks to do that is Rogue mixed with Discover Hunter. You play the Fabled cards like Illyria, you play Verisa, then your Sylvanas. Deal 6 every time you play it, clearing the board. You can Shadow Step her, you can Web of Deception, and you can get a bunch more Shadow Steps and Web of Deceptions with Rengari Scout. It is disgusting what you can do with this deck, and if that doesn't work out for you, you can also Grifta, get the damage, get the Steel Amulet, and combo that up with Neri of the Crater. Disgusting deck, and I mean, when I faced it, I was getting mad, but it's pretty gross to play, and isn't this what Dual Class Brawl is all about? Speaking of Shadow Step being broken, if you play some good old-fashioned quest mage, the Forbidden Sequence, you can complete this quest on turn 1. If you have the coin, you quest, play Scrappy Scavenger. There are only 4 0-mana cards in Standard: Prep, Step, Backstab, Wisp. If you get Step each time, which is not that unlikely, you can complete your quest. You also have Shadow Step in there yourself, and it's the only minion you run in the deck. You tutor it with Dig for Treasure, and then you just get a bunch of Discovers. Just hitting Nightmare Fuel, getting cards with Dark Gifts on the board can be incredibly powerful. You can prep out Relic of Kings. I had this board on turn 4 in one of my games. It was redunculous. If you're wondering where Eonar came from, my opponent was playing Whizbang, and I had another game at turn 4 or 5 with an absolutely disgusting board. Completing that quest early was a pretty easy 6 wins with this deck, and yeah, just get that quest complete, get that weapon going, and you could do some really good stuff. And like cards like Deja Vu in there are ridiculous too. I actually had a rogue face me and play 15 Deja Vus because we kept shading them against each other. It was really silly. So yeah, this is a pretty fun deck to give a go. If you thought Death Rattle Demon Hunter is stupid now, could you imagine if it was combined with Hunter? We have Demon Hunter and Hunter, and the whole idea is to get biopods. You just play a biopod, and then hey, I can bring them back with Ravenous Fell Hunter. I can return policy, get a bunch of biopods, right? You don't need that many. You get like 7 or 8 or 9. Each one will proc when you play the Hunter card, Terror Scale Stalker on it, and you can do, I had like one that dealt like over 300 damage in one shot. It is ridiculous the amount of damage you can get, and it's only 7 mana to launch that Starship and play Stalker, unless of course you played the whole warp drive, right? And I've discounted Stalkers and got them cheaper, and you can get like more biopods again with like Rengari Scout, Discover from return policies, and you could just do so much damage, and it's really darn gross, and certainly deck you could do pretty well with. And you don't need Broxigar if you don't have the card. Just cut it for whatever else. It really doesn't matter. It's all about the Biopod, and finally we can play some Starship decks again. This deck I played went 6-0, which is Mage mixed with Paladin, full Imbue. It turns out giving your class double the imbues, so you have like Aegis of Light, you have Bitter Bloom Knight, you have Gold Petal Drake, Spirit Gatherer, you have Flutterwing Guardian, Wisp Rider. You could do an incredible amount of damage. And with all those wisps on the board, well, we can play Flash Sale, we can play Crusader Aura, we can play a Busy Bot, so if they ignore the minions, they die to that, or they just die to our hero power with Sing Along Buddy in here. You honestly, I never play these late game cards, ever. I did not play them once, so you might want to throw in more early game, or like an Equality or something, just to help clear that board, because yeah, those Imbue stack, you just can't outdeal that, and it's pretty darn disgusting what this can do. On the more budget side friendly decks that I took a look at that are pretty aggro as they usually are, Warlock mixed with Warrior again, but this time on the aggression can be pretty good with the dragon stuff and the Shreds of Time. So you have like Entropic Continuity, all your early game minions that you can buff up. You have Stone Carver. It's a mix of like, yeah, basically Shreds and Dragon Warrior, with your top end just being like Windspeak Warman. When I was playing like Starship decks and stuff like that, I was getting smorked. I lost to these decks pretty hard. Well, not the Imbue deck. I didn't face this with Imbue, but everything else, yeah, these aggressive decks can be pretty good. And combining Warrior and Warlock right now is pretty darn solid. So I think it's pretty budget friendly outside of like Cursed Catacombs and I guess, yeah, Stone Carver. Everything else is pretty darn cheap. So if you're looking for a more budget-friendly deck to play in the Brawl, this one definitely can do the trick. And lastly, I'll give another somewhat budget option with Mage and Shaman. They both like elementals. Why not mix them up where you have a lot of the good Mage elementals like Blazing Accretion to draw those spells, but you got like Fire Breath to buff up the board with that Shaman spell, Slag Claw to push a bunch of damage, and just your usual, you know, Shaman stuff mixed mostly with Mage. The Mage stuff is a little bit better. Wailing Vapor is also quite nice in that little package, and again, pretty darn budget friendly, and can definitely smart people down, win some games, and definitely a pretty realistic option to go. So be really curious to see how this video performs. It's a pretty niche Brawl, but again, there's a free entry for it, and I had a lot of fun. I played it today. I just wish it didn't cost 300 gold. I wish it was like Arena. 150 gold with like Arena rewards would feel way better, but they don't want people farming this mode for gold. I guess they want to deplete your gold. You cannot gain any in this mode. It's purely packed, so I guess it takes the spot of the heroic Brawliseum to do that, but to me this is way more fun. Like, I had way more fun with this. It's a bit more accessible, plus unlike heroic, we got those free runs. So let me know in the comments down below what's been working for you. If you've been trying out the Brawl, share some stuff for other people to try out, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.